This podcast is brought to you by the Mawa High School Sports Talk Club. Welcome back, Thunderbirds, to the Mawa High School Sports Talk podcast. You're here with Junior Nicholas Bostico,
Daniel Olmesh,
Sophomore Chase Moskowitz,
Senior Joey Smith,
and Mr. J.
We got another great show for you today as we have a bunch of new topics. Let's kick it off here with the NFL free agency. We got a bunch of news going around there, but definitely some of the biggest ones that we've seen is that Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley are coming back to the Big Apple, or they're staying in the Big Apple, correction. So let's get our thoughts on that. How's everybody feeling about that?
Joe?
Oh, man. I mean, so exciting.
Joe's ready to cook.
To start off with Daniel Jones and getting that new 4-year contract extension, there's a lot of people that didn't really like it. And I'm sitting over here and I'm like, I don't get what's not to like about it. You know what I'm saying? We go into detail and we look at and we see that Jones is only getting $82 million guaranteed, and the Giants have an opt-out, after 2 years.
Yeah, and guess who's coming in the draft in 2 years? Arch Manning, top prospect out of college at that time. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Arch Manning might be a very big possibility. And after Anthony Richardson's combine, we weren't going to get him. He's top 10 projected, I guarantee you.
Yeah. I agree. And then now, Barkley coming back off the franchise tag. He's going to make $10.1 million for the season unless the Giants come up with a contract extension, throughout free agency. And I've heard that the Giants are in talks, and they're also in talks with Dexter Lawrence as well for a contract
I heard
extension.
That too.
Hey, can we talk about the energy that Joe Schoen brings to this team? Like Dave Gettleman, even in the draft room, he only had one computer. Joe Schoen had multiple monitor screens of every single prospect's highlights. And I heard in the interview today with the media, he's like, we're not going for those minimum players in free agency anymore. Like, this guy is going to cook. I'm telling you. This guy...
It's a new type of feeling.
We have $18.5 million. That's plenty. I think that's plenty of room to work with. We don't need those top players in free agency. We're just going to need those dime a dozen players that are going to actually fit in with the role of the Giants' defense or offense, whether we sign those players. I'm telling you.
Wide receiver would be nice.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I think we'll draft
if
a
you're
wide
going to pay
receiver,
the quarterback, $40 million a year, you better have somebody to throw it to.
Yeah.
It's just for me. Being a lot older than you guys, having a quarterback get $40 million a year who threw 17 touchdowns last year.
Yeah, but he also ran for 8, and he's a big contributor.
No, I know, and he's also. And here's the thing: he's a giant guy, meaning that Daniel Jones, he doesn't have any skeletons in the closet. He's not a bad person. He doesn't have any scandals, and it's the same thing with Saquon. That's why you want these guys. These are the Giants are a preeminent organization.
He's fit for the team,
right? That are not they got rid of Odell. Odell was great. You cause problems, you're out of here. Those guys aren't like that. So I'm glad. It's just, but if I'm Saquon and you're handing me the ball and you're making $40 million and I'm making $10 million, I might say you take the play, you run it. But I don't think Saquon's going to do that. I'm glad that they're both back, and I didn't have to tell my son that one of them was gone.
Yeah, no, definitely. But I think, obviously we can definitely surf the free agency market for wide receivers, but I think we should also take a look at the draft too, because there's definitely a lot of
cornerback class is stacked. The depth
Joey
this
Porter.
year. Oh yes,
Joey
definitely.
Porter.
And
nasty, bro.
Joe, you were saying earlier this week, me and you were talking that this guy is very underlooked. Quentin Johnson.
Yep, Quentin Johnson from TCU,
yes,
6'4",
225 pounds. We haven't seen in a long time, and he's projected to fall maybe even close to late second round. So he's definitely he's definitely a first round projected, but he's projected to fall a lot. And then also, even though we Giants have all right running back depth, but if we get Bijan Robinson, he's a top 15 talent, and he's projected to fall to the second round. If we get him along with Johnson, I feel like we'll already have two prospects with good prospects within our first 2 picks.
Yeah, I definitely like that, but I think he's probably gonna I feel like he will end up staying in the first round, but I'd love to see them. I'd love to see him drop, but but I don't see him dropping into the second round.
Going back to Daniel Jones, I like the contract and the deal that they made. It was very scary going to $350. But hey, they got it done. I don't know if he's worth $40 million a year, but that's for their agents to work out. but I think he can be a great contributor to playoffs for the next couple of years, hopefully, and 10-win season maybe.
I saw in the article this morning that he picked up the tab in a celebration with his family and his agents. When I read that, I was like, dude, you've better picked up that damn tab. With how much of your signing bonus is, you're not Danny Dimes anymore. You're Danny Dollars. You better be buying those chains. Like, I'm telling you, like, you better be picking up those tabs.
I heard that his AAV is like
more than
37.5 million.
More than Mahomes.
Right.
This current year.
Yeah.
And he had a booming season too. Like, you look at these numbers from this season to previous seasons. Like, he had a 3% increase in completions and just.
And his interception rate too. It was like 1.1. Like that was the best in the league. That was the best.
And he's a very positive guy. He's very great off the field. Like you need those leaders off the field. Huge contribution 100%. To the team and the organization.
Yeah, I just don't understand why people are going around saying how bad this contract is when you have players like Kyler Murray, Deshaun Watson, who had like over $200 million guaranteed.
Yeah,
like, that's crazy. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? And then you got people saying that Danny has like reached his ceiling, and I'm like, that's not even true. How do you know that?
Yeah, no, they're paying him for his future.
He hasn't even filled his potential.
Exactly. Look at all the
potential.
Look at all of the weapons. Players like Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, they have around him. I mean, come on, it's ridiculous. The Giants. Who did the Giants have?
Nobody.
They lost Sterling Shepard early, Wan'Dale Robinson. I mean,
Kadarius Toney's gone.
Yeah, Kadarius Toney's
gone. He didn't even want to play for.
You know what I'm saying? We were heavily reliant on Isaiah Hodgins, and let me tell you, he did very good for us.
Role.
Exactly. But we need more players like him. So either Jordan Addison, Jalen Hyatt, Quentin Johnson. Give me a good wide receiver in the draft.
Yeah, just to follow up on Joe, that Kadarius Toney pick where we had to drop down to 20, that makes me regret so much that we could have had Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
I was like, that was the biggest mistake ever. I was eyeing Parsons. I knew he was a monster. I thought he was going to be at least top 5, but he fell down to 12 that year. Yeah, I'm telling you, I wanted Parsons. I wanted either Devontae Smith or Micah Parsons.
Like, when a guy like that falls that far down
and then get picked by an enemy rival, like, come on, like you can't.
Like, that's you can't do that.
That's the Dave Gettleman era that we were all placed in.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're just living in it.
So we have info that Dexter Lawrence, D tackle for the Giants, absolute monster of a man, is in contract negotiations with Joe Shane in the front office. I think this is the best defensive tackle I've seen since like Dalvin Tomlinson, Snacks. Remember Snacks?
Oh my God,
yeah.
Yeah, this guy. I've never seen anything like him. Like I've never seen, the raw power. Like you could put 3 guys on him. I guarantee you, he's still getting the quarterback. I'm telling you. If we need to pay him maybe 3 years, I would say like total salary of like maybe 3 years, $25 million in that range.
Perfect.
I mean, like top D tackles like Vita Vea only get paid in that range, and I guarantee he's the second best in the league right now.
Definitely. No, I agree with you. All right, so let's talk about MLB and the World Baseball Classic. So, Dan, what are your thoughts about it?
My thoughts, there's a ton of good teams. Cuba's always a good team. Italy, even though they just got knocked out 6-3 from Cuba, I feel like, was a good team. Mm-hmm. Shohei Ohtani making his first appearance. Yeah. I think he was pitching the first game. I think he had a great outing for his, first international baseball classic as a part of the MLB. And I honestly feel like Team USA has great depth this year. They have Mike Trout. They got all those guys. I honestly feel that Team USA can either take it all the way this year or at least make like a solid outing.
Yeah, I agree with you. Personally, I think Team Japan's probably gonna win. They just have so many great players. What do you think?
No, I mean they play a different brand of baseball, which I don't think people are used to, which is there's the bell. I mean, they got the greatest player on the planet, so yeah, I think they have a good chance. But I did see. I mean, if you look at the USA roster, I mean, you got Nolan Ariando at third base. Mookie Betts is playing right field. I mean, I feel like Paul Goldschmidt's at first base. And
Pete Alonso's backing him up. I mean, I don't know. Maybe USA will win. But it's just gonna be Japan, USA. I feel like.
What's the schedules like? When is like the champ? When does this all like wrap up?
I think like end of March or like March 20th.
They're saying about March 21st.
Yeah, because
okay.
that's when.
Next Sunday.
Yeah, that's when the season actually starts, March 30th. So.
Okay.
I gotta wrap it up soon.
The only thing that I want to talk about with the World Baseball Classic is, can Pete Alonso, Francisco Lindor, and our closer Edwin Diaz not get
injured.
hurt?
I don't think they'll get hurt.
I'm saying it. I'm not trying to jinx. I'm just saying, I know I love these World Baseball Classics and stuff, but it's like
it's hard.
The Mets have such a good team.
Yeah,
Please don't get hurt.
Edwin Diaz.
I don't think
paid him $102 million.
Yeah, I don't think Pete Alonso will get hurt. I think he's backing up, so it's just two great first basemen, and Francisco Lindor, I'm a little bit scared on because he's the captain, so I'll be playing shortstop probably daily. Like, he'll probably not get any breaks.
I know, they'll be fine.
That's
That's my only concern. I love watching it. The games are fun. It's cool to see guys that are from the same area on different teams, like hugging each other and stuff.
Newbar, and like he's on Team Japan, but like it's just really cool. Freddie
Right.
Freeman, he's Canadian.
Right.
His mom, he's remembering his mom who died when he was a kid.
Yep.
So he's playing for Team Canada. I think it's just a really cool event.
No, great storylines. Yeah. Great storylines. I almost wish that it was like after this, right after the season.
Yeah,
Like
November,
the season
December.
ends and do it someplace nice and warm. Guys can go down there and vacation.
Exactly. Like, half
not
the
like
players-
right before the season.
It's
I
just
don't know.
horrible.
I don't know.
But
that's
you
like
like
a
to see
huge
it.
problem that they deal with like the NHL and stuff like that. It's like that's why they don't really like having. That's why they don't really like sending their guys anymore to the Olympics.
Well, yeah, they don't, right?
No. I mean, they were going to last year, but then I think it was like COVID and all that sort of stuff.
Right.
But in 2018, they didn't for some reason, and it's just prevention of.
Send the
getting
college
hurt.
kids. Who cares? That's
Yeah,
fun.
but that's the thing. It's like even like I know we're talking about baseball right now, but even like with the NHL, it's like they have like the World Juniors every single year,
Yeah.
But I don't know. But I see your point though with that.
But it is fun. It's good for the sport. It's good. Baseball's a world thing, so no, it's.
It's all around the world. Japan,
I just wish
the
it was
Dominican Republic.
I wish it was in December.
Yeah, and I mean, it would have been easier too because half of the players who play, they're not going to be in the World Series. There will be a select few, but they'll have rest, they'll not be injured, and still have 2-3 months to heal up and play again. Yeah.
All right. Anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you guys for joining the Mahwah High School Sports Talk podcast. We will see you all next week.
Take care.